So I used to absolutely hate LUTs because I felt like it would dictate my final look. And I feel like for a lot of beginners, they still make that mistake. So in this video, I'm gonna show you, instead of being a LUT, how can we take back that control and make LUTs our. So if you're pumped, get excited. And also guys, I'm doing a live webinar next Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I'm gonna be revealing the secrets to creating an epic commercial look. So make sure you sign up for that training. It is absolutely free and it is a live webinar. So limited seating, link is in the description, check it out. And if you guys wanna see more content on color grading, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon so you can be notified when I drop brand new content. Let's roll the intro. All right, so first of all, we're gonna look at the beginner way, and I'm just gonna show you how people usually use LUTs, and it's not the right way to do it. And I'm also going to commentate as I go through why it's not the right way. So what usually people would do, let's just say we have this shot, it's shot on Alexa. This is our hero frame. So let's just say that the beginner does all of these things right. He knows the camera information and he knows what a hero frame is, and then grade based around that frame. So all that is well and good. Let's just say that he also knows a proper notary structure, and let's just give our beginner the benefit of the doubt on all of those fronts. One thing that I want to show you under my preferences, I am using a DaVinci Wide Gamut as my timeline color space. So let's just do this then. Let's apply a color space transform and convert this properly. So what did we say? That this is shot on Alexa. So let's choose the gamut 3 and then log C3. So this looks all weird. It's totally fine. Now, let's just say that our beginner also knows how to use the LUTs inside Resolve. Okay, so when it comes to the film looks right here, there is a certain thing that you have to do to properly basically decipher it. So the way you're going to do it is color space, we're going to do Rec 709. And then the output gamma, we're going to select Cineon film log. Okay. So it looks like that, which is totally fine. Because now we're going to create a new node. And in that node, let's just say that we select a balanced 2383, which is the middle one. So 55 is going to be warmer, and then 65 is going to be cooler. So we're going to select 60. We're going to double click on it and apply the LUT. So normally this is what would happen. A beginner would apply a LUT and then create a node after that, and then look at it and be like, okay, what do I need to do now? And most of the time what they would do is they'll go, oh, the effect is too strong. So this is, and you know, drop a comment below and tell me you've been there, you've seen some people do this before, where they'll go under their key input, right? And then they'll just like start dialing that back. They'll be like, I don't want to apply a lot of this. I just want to apply a little bit and then build my own look on top of it. Well, by doing that, it's not as simple as just like, hey, bringing down the opacity. You're basically taking out the character of the LUT, what the LUT is supposed to do, okay? And there's a lot going underneath the hood when you apply a LUT. And by just reducing that simply doesn't really lowers the contrast. It's lowering the saturation. It's lowering literally the character, the DNA of the LUT, okay? So again, don't be that guy. That is the number one mistake where people do that. What I want to show you is like, how do we get to our desired look without fudging with the actual characteristic of the LUT, okay? So that's the entire idea. You never want to suck the soul out of your LUT, because that's the whole point, right? You're using a specific LUT for the look characteristic. So why do you want to water that down? Another thing that they would do is they'll make a lot of their changes after the LUT node. They'll do all their adjustments afterwards. And the problem with that is that this is a properly exposed shot from Alexa. But if it wasn't properly exposed, if you apply the LUT and things get clipped, either from your shadows or highlights, and then you make adjustments afterwards, it's not coming back. Even in a software like Resolve that is 32-bit float, because LUT is that choking point, okay, that will cut out like whatever is being wasted after applying the LUT. So if the top end is gone, it's gone. You can't bring it back. And that's why LUTs can be detrimental. Okay. Another thing a beginner would do is that once they apply the LUT, they can go and use their lift gamma gain. Let's just say that they do something like this and they go, okay, now the contrast is kind of nice. Like I like this. This is good. Another thing that they don't do is that they don't necessarily mess around with the balance of their image. So those are some of the things. Like I don't want to go too deep into all the mistakes beginners would make, but I wanted to just make you aware of some things that either you might be doing or you've seen somebody show you that way. And it's okay at times to lower the opacity if you're going for a specific look, but there are better ways to attack it. And that's what we're going to look at now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to save this, grab this still, and this time reset this. And now what we're going to do is, first of all, a pro tip, always have a Rec 709 version readily available, okay? And I'll show you why that's important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my transform here, and I'm just going to select Gamut 3 and Log C3, Rec 709, Gamma 2.4. And now I'm going to go ahead and create a new version. And we're just going to reset again. And now if I just go back, we have this Rec 709 available. So anytime we build a new look, we can reference back to this because that's what the producers and the directors saw on site and the cinematographer if they didn't have their own custom LUT. So then they can just go back to this and be like, okay, this is what it looked like and this is where we're at. You know, it's always good for the client to see what they originally had, okay? And it can just save you a lot of trouble later down the pipeline. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and create a couple of different nodes. And what I want to do is I want to work in the DaVinci White Gamut color space. So I'm going to drop a CST here, select the right parameters right here, and then do DaVinci White Gamut and DaVinci Intermediate because we want all our nodes to work in that color space. And then on the back end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop color space transform. I'm going to select DaVinci White Gamut, DaVinci Intermediate, and then again, Rec 709, Gamma 2.4. Guys, once again, if I'm going too fast here about the color space transform stuff, then definitely join me in the live webinar next Monday because I'm going to be going in detail and explaining the why behind this how, okay? So what I want to do is I want to do this first and then balance out my image. So what am I looking at? The image does look pretty good, right? Like right off the bat, it's looking pretty good. But we can do a few things, right? So like if I go in my lift gamma gain, I can lift up the image a little bit, not too much. Take my gamma, pull it down a little bit just to give the image a little bit more weight and then gain up like that. And if I do before and after, we're making some difference and it's looking pretty good. I think the whole image is just a little bit on the warm side and we can even see it in our vector scope. So what I can do is go under my printer lights, try it and test it. And then I'll give you the hotkey that I'm using. It's not going to show because I'm using my panel, but you're going to see the difference here, okay? In the numbers right here. So what I want to do is I want to just add maybe one cyan. So let's add that up and see what happens. So if I do this and go back here, it looks good, not bad. What if we subtract one yellow? No, I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go back on this and then let's just do one, like subtract one red, and it does this, and that's not bad, okay? Another thing that I want to do here is I just want to give it a little bit more color. I feel like there's just not enough color in my image right now. So I'm just going to go under saturation, crank it a little bit. Not, well, always go too far and then come back. And I'm going to park it somewhere around here. I'm going to take my gamma, pull it down a little bit, gain, pull it up a little bit. Okay, so this is where we're at right now, guys. It's looking good. It's looking pretty balanced. And then what I can do is I can go to my Rec 709. And then this is where I'm at with just like balancing and just adding a little bit of color to my image. So this is where we're at. Now we're going to move on and we're ready for the LUT. So the only change I have to make here is change my output gamma from gamma 2.4 to Cineon. Okay. And as soon as I do Cineon film log, it's going to look pretty washed out. That's okay. Now let's go apply the same LUT. So I'm going to double tap on that. And now Look at the difference already in our image after doing a little bit of work compared to what the beginner had. So let me just show you. Just look at the color difference that we have, how much more color information we have in our image here, just by doing a little bit of like prep work before applying the LUT compared to what our beginner ended up with. And even their version was like looking pretty good from where they started. But like, look at this. I mean, they're not even in the same league, right? Because even if I hover over on the skin, look at the skin indicator right here, like how the skin is sitting to the right, like magenta, and it doesn't look right. But at the time it was looking okay. But like, look at our skin now, dead in the center where it's supposed to be. And overall, just the color separation is out of control, and we're not done yet, okay? So we still have a few things that we can do. So one of the things that I want to do right now is I'm seeing that my highlights run a little hot when I apply this LUT. And that's the thing, the contrast is like really, really pushed on this LUT. So I want to do a few things. I want to go back in here. I want to drop my highlights. I'm going to grab my highlight slider and pull it back a little bit. I'm talking like maybe 15 or 18-ish, like around here. That makes a big difference, okay? Because if I do before and after, you can see like how much more information we're retaining in this area. And then what I want to do is I want to go under my shadows and lift it up a little bit, not too much. So I'll go to around 12-ish, somewhere around here. And this is where we're at right now. Now I'm going to take my gain and I'm going to pull it down just a touch. Again, not too much, but somewhere around here. And if I do before and after, these changes are making a big difference. Basically, after applying the LUT, our contrast was too crunchy and we opened it up by using our shadows and highlights, okay? And another thing that I want to do is I want to go in here and create a very gentle custom curve to just kind of dictate the look a little bit more to like what we want than what the LUT did, okay? So we, again, buying back that control, okay? And it could be as subtle as this. If I do before and after, you can see like how soft, like film-like contrast we're creating. And I'm just gonna do this to have some pop in my highlights, but then I'm doing a really nice gentle film roll off on the bottom end. And you can see that all the detail is there, but it's looking very, very cinematic, okay? And this could be it. I'm keeping it very simple just to kind of show you how we can take the LUT and then build our look on top of it. I'm gonna create one more node, and that's for this purpose only. Right here, you see like with the 2383, it creates that orange and teal that is built into that LUT. And let's just say that our director is like, I'm sick and tired of it. I want cleaner blacks. So to get the cleaner blacks, we do have to create a post LUT node right here. And then in here, all I have to do, I'm going to go under my log controls and I'm just going to subtract that cyan. Okay. So I'm going to just pull up my reds a little bit in my shadows and you can see it already that we're closing that gap right here. We don't have to go too far. Even something like this is looking pretty good. And another thing that we can do is I can just take my shadows and pull them down a little bit. Not too much, but something like that to have like strong blacks. And I'm going to take my red and dial it back a little bit. Okay, not because I don't want to overdo anything. And if we look at our blacks now, they're looking a lot better. And now we don't have like a stylized matted blacks that we had with this LUT. This is more like a quote unquote Rec 709, what you would see on TV, where the blacks are very close to zero. And that's what we got going on right now. And it just adds a little pop to our entire image. And that's what we ended up with, guys. So once again, if I were to undo that and all the changes that we made, this was just straight up with the LUT, but we had already done some homework just doing our primaries that gave us such a crazy leg up over a beginner's look. And then this is all cherry on top. We created a really nice gentle roll off by using our custom curve. And then finally, we just corrected the blacks per our director's request, and then brought them down a little bit for a sharper look. And if I were to now see our Rec 709, this is our Rec 709. It looks like log, right? But this is log. So this is our Rec 709. And then this is the look that we created. Everything is protected. All the detail is there in the highlights and in the shadows. And now if I were to compare it with our beginner's version, that was the beginner's version. And you can see how one directional it is compared to what we ended up with and how simple yet effective it was. So now let's check out the final look in full screen. So as you saw by watching this video, that color grading will never be binary, right? Zeros and ones. Color grading will never be objective. There's always going to be different routes you can take to get to your destination. But hopefully this cleared up some things that you can do when using LUTs to get a better result out of your image. Also, I want to know your thoughts. Like when you use LUTs, like do you feel similarly like I used to, like where it just takes so much control? Or do you love what it does, like where it just gives you a completely different perspective and a look that you couldn't come up with on your own? So want to know what you guys think. Drop a comment below. If you're enjoying this content, then do me a favor, smash the like button so we can reach more awesome people such as yourself. Do not forget to sign up for the live webinar. Like I said, the seated are limited. Link is in the description, so check it out. I want to see you guys next Monday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. On that note, work hard, get obsessed, get possessed. I will see you guys in the next video.